They do say that, don't they? They do say testing. Am I actually ready to go live? I think I'm ready to go live. Oh wait, no, I'm not. Hold on. All right. Let's see here. You guys ready? Oh wait, my camera's not on. I was forgetting something. Forgetting multiple things, apparently. Is my camera set correctly? Yeah, it's fine. Focus. There we go. Look at me. All right. Okay. Super exciting stream today. We are looking through the rulebook and making it better. So yeah. So very exciting. What I really need to do is start by duplicating it. Make a copy. And then we open that copy. And we're just gonna kind of, we're gonna kind of figure it out as we go. Because I don't know exactly what we need to do, but we're certainly gonna figure it out. I like having a tagline. Also, welcome, Maximus. Sorry, kind of just like started going right into it. Welcome. We need to... Tagline is cool. Taglines are cool. I might double check it, but I think it's good. I'm kind of just gonna... I think I'm just gonna rough figure out what I need, and then my plan is to like draw out what sort of like diagrams I need, right? We'll be like, you know, I need... This is a terrible brush, you know. I need, you know, it have to be like this, and it has an arrow, and it goes like this, and then, blah, you know. That was almost a face. The angry eyebrow. So we'll figure out what kind of, like, backgrounds we need, and all that, and all that sort of stuff. So, not backgrounds, like graphics. Because I want to make this primarily pictures like this, rather than a bunch of like text, if that makes sense. Ideally, I cut this down by like half the number of pages. I mean, something like this might still end up being like this. Like, you can't really remove that, but I think we can probably cut down a lot of this, because like a lot of this is like repeating itself. You know, it says like, oh, strongest or weakest, and they show strong. Like, I could just show the icon and say what it is, and then well, your game is... Oh wait, hold on. Boop. I was like, your text doesn't... Did I just close it? I'm an idiot. Hold up, wait a minute. I guess I was assuming it'd be like one of those things that... Because your text isn't showing up on screen. I was like, what happened here? Test. You did it. Look at you. The annoying part is, like, this, the biggest annoying part about this one versus the old thing is that you can't activate it while the whatever, just close that, before the stream is active. So the chat isn't combined until like I have to hit this button once it's live, because I don't know, I guess how it works with the API. I have a feeling it's like, I think this one's a little different than how the other one works, but yeah, here we are. But yes, the game is hard to explain with just words, so I think just showing with pictures is going to be easier. I don't know how either works, so yeah, I mean, I think this one's like going into the like it's actively reading the page and copying it and pasting it in, where the other one is like working through the actual API, which is apparently like you have to have like permissions for, and they run out of permissions and then it doesn't work. I don't know. That's the basis of what I know, but I could be completely wrong. So don't listen to me either way. Setup. I think this is going to eventually be untrue. As much as I like the little graph, you know, telling you this is the hard, easy, and medium god. I think eventually there's going to be more gods, and then so this will eventually not be, like, this would be like the base set, but whether this will in the end be completely true, whether it's, you know, hard, medium, or easy god, is yet to be determined. But you're playing on different gods and different decks, etc., right? Yeah, exactly. So I think that might just be something that goes away. In fact, maybe that's something we can do with this update, potentially, is like try to give the gods different powers, but not 100% certain on that one yet. Because I think the abilities and stuff are overall a general... I don't know if they're a buff or not, honestly. Oh, this is the old version. No. I don't know why I'm trying to do it the hard way. Playtesting required. The doom of indie game development, indeed. I think adding abilities... actually, I don't know. Honestly, abilities might have been a nerf to the player. There's certain things I think are better, but... I would say the updates and overall, like, net neutral, probably. Actually, that reminds me. Is Bridge actually... needs to not say structure anymore. If a card because Bridge is technically buffed from this new update, because anything with a unit effect. Ooh, actually that makes Bridge and Mountain so much more powerful. I didn't even think about that. That's kind of insane. Oh, well, I'm okay with it. Bridge OP. Bridge is technically more powerful. Yeah, because we moved mountain to a unit effect, so technically bridge makes mountains draw cards for allies as well. Though to be fair, I mean, we did remove Mage's Tower doesn't proc off of a bridge anymore. Wait, did it always? Did it ever? What was I thinking I did? Oh, no, yeah, because we moved it to an ability. Yeah, because Mage's Tower technically doesn't. So there's certain things that have been moved around. I think it's going to, you know... And then Mage technically doesn't work off of Bridge anymore either. Although, technically, they shouldn't have worked off. There's only one Mage Tower, true. Technically, Mage was supposed to also work off of Bridge, but then we had to change it to Heroes only, and then they stopped working off of Bridge. It's fine. Bridge never breaks anything in the game, you know? When has Bridge ever broken any game thing ever? You know? It's fine. I don't really care, honestly. I think it'll be fine. Okay, I think this is gonna have to go because this is gonna be trying to be a more final version of the thing. All right, we're doing a lot of reading today, which we all know is my strong suit. I'm so good at reading, so. Bridge is like that demon that was once defeated only to return 2,000 years later. It's true. It's worth it, though. I still like Bridge. It's one of my favorite cards, honestly, as far as, like, game design goes. It's a necessary evil, you know? Okay, to start the game, each player chooses a god representing their enemy's chosen deity. Each god's card possesses a special ability that changes how you play the game. See, that's technically not true right now, but it should be true. There was also, I was reading the older version of this, and there was like before I updated it from last version, there was like a thing saying that you could attack cards with multiple cards, like you use 2 heroes to attack 1 card, and I was like, when was that a thing? It's like we mentioned that as like a thing after we, I don't know, it's just weird. It was never a thing in the original version. We did like talk about it at one point, but not, that was after the original game jam, so it's like, I don't know. The player chooses an old god, his opponent plays the opponent. Oh, chooses a god card to represent each god. I'm dumb. I can't read. That's part. See, look, we're already in the I can't read part. Player chooses a god. Then the player chooses an old god. I called you bald. I got auto modded. No further comment. Fair. All my knowledge was in my hair, and I shaved it off, and now I just, you know, no more knowledge. Dyslexic bald man. The players choose an old god for their opponent, or as their opponent to play against. These old gods may vary in how difficult they are to fight and defeat. If it's your first time playing, we recommend choosing the easiest god. Well, that's all still good. I agree with that. Each player shuffles their deck and draws 5 cards at the start for their starting hand. Shuffle the old god's deck. Place each player's god card and old god on the battle table, or on the table. They're now in play. Determine which player goes first. If you don't know how, the player who owns the most card games goes first. Classic. The battle table. Yeah, it technically doesn't say the battle table, but it should say the battle table, you know? I just can't read. I'm telling you. Now the question is, can setup be shown in a graphic? Or should it have a graphic? Should everything have graphics that has text? Or is something like this simple? Like, because we could easily be like, you know, what am I doing? Dexterous. Oh, hello, kitten. Helen, well met, Smith. Like, I could, in theory, download this card. Like, I could have, like, okay, that's gonna be a little big, but, you know. You want like this. Like, I can have stuff like this. You know? Like, how fancy do we want to get here? Or like have like a god card in the first part. So that might be one of the ones that doesn't need a graphic, but maybe for physical versions, some fancy stuff could be cool idea. Yeah, like, hold. Like, I have this game. It's gonna be impossible to see. Still impossible to see. More impossible to see. Oh, hello. The kitten is on the table. So I have like this game, and then they have like the rule book. This is the Battle Wizard game. The rule book is all fancy like. Although, honestly, I guess it's mostly text, but it's just nicer looking text. I'm sorry about the glare. And they've got, like, titles and stuff like that. I guess it's only really... Yeah, the second page basically has how all the cards work, so I guess it probably doesn't need graphics. But I just like it being, like... you know, friendly to, it's got colors and beep. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, maybe leave setup and then keep going. Yours looks more like a scientific paper, true. If I were to make mine all fancy, I'd have to like change the page color, or I guess I could just do it in Photoshop, right? I could just do everything in Photoshop and then like, or wait, you can change like the background on a, right? I was just curious. Watermark? I'm just curious now. This is me just messing around. Like, what if I did... What if... What if... What if... What if do... Like, is that kind of cool? We kind of like that? Is that dumb? Not the time for that, though, I feel like. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just trying to have fun, you know? Because, like, it's kind of fun, you know? Faded. Oh, yeah, we definitely don't want it. You can do watermark text. Oh, yeah, like you could do, like... Yeah, for now we're not doing that, I guess, but I think I kind of like the idea of doing something like that. One more, wait, hold. I'm just having fun, all right? What if card backs? Just messing about. I'm just messing. I'm just like old guy, you know. Just messing about. Is it on? Oh, it is. Yeah, yeah. Like, what if? Oh wait, wrong button. What if card back? You know. Too big. Still too big. Still too big. Can I put a number in? Is it really like such a specific range? That's wild. It's kind of crazy. But you can size it differently. I kind of like the other thing better, but we're not actually doing that. I don't know. Undo. Oh, we gotta undo it like 30 times. Okay. Yeah, the mountain would have been better if we did it that way. But we're that was, yeah. Here we are. Okay. The consequences of messing about. I messed around and found out, you know, as they say. During a round of turns, each player takes a turn in order, starting with the first player rotating counterclockwise. Honestly, that doesn't really matter, but it's good to say specifically just in case. And after each player takes a turn, the old god takes its turn. Repeat until you win or lose the game. That makes sense. Player turn phases. That all makes sense. Once you have determined who goes, is that necessary? Once you have determined who goes first, that player starts their turn and enters their draw phase. I feel like that might be excessive information, but I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean, this first page is pretty good. We probably can just leave that as is. I might consider, and part of this is just making it look nicer, but I might throw in like this one's, we're kind of just like I said, we're kind of just messing around a bit. This one we might have something like that. Oh, I put that as the header of every page. That is certainly not what we wanted. No. There we go. Something like that might be cool. Oh, that's weird. Strange. Sometimes just gotta mess about, you know? May as well make it look somewhat nice when while I'm at it, you know? Probably could crop it so it doesn't have... Actually, can't you crop in here? Yeah, look at that. Okay, we didn't really... Well, actually... Do this. Crop. Move this up. That's not what we want to do. Now we move it up. Please stop being the header. I don't know. We could do something like that. Anyway, that's besides the point. This is fine. Player card anatomy. We need to have... This needs to be more. So we need... Just gonna put this in orange text, I guess. Needs ability. These abilities. Indicator. So we'll need to do that. So we'll just need to update. Probably add a third card, basically, to this graphic. We also need, let's see. Technically we'll need all the icons, but I think that's probably gonna be good at the like the end. I think that's probably how we do that. Draw phase. The current player draws a card from their deck. Any cards that have card effects that state at the start of your turn or when you draw trigger. That makes sense. Card anatomy might need even more than 2 cards now. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because if I need to show the indicators. Yeah, I'll probably have to be like 2 to 4, or yeah, somewhere between 2 and 4 cards, depending on how I want to do that. This feels important to say. Just because you don't want hold up. Luna's in her spot. Yeah, and ignore all the boxes. It's just trash. Luna, patent pending. Exactly. If... Let's see. If it's your first turn, you have played any cards, you may... Or if you haven't played any cards, you may optionally mulligan one time. You do this by reshuffling into your deck and redraw again. If you don't know if you should mulligan or not, we recommend at least having one of each type of card and discluding spells. Excluding? Discluding? Is discluding not a word? Just kidding. I have my experimental card draw rule. Like, I could see this technically being a graphic. Okay, with discluding is, I think it's not including. I mean, this is excluding. I guess we'll just go with that. We'll trust Google to be right. Like, not including is how you would give the meaning if you want to give. Excluding should be fine too, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I have my experimental card draw rule. That's the... So the way I phrased it instead, I know we were talking about like doing, like you can play one of 3 cards, or 1 card each turn. Sorry, 1 card for each type, or you can play 1 of each type of cards per turn. The way I phrased, and then you could optionally draw a card at the cost of one of those plays. Instead, I made it sound like you can have actions, but you have 3 actions per turn. You may only play 1 card per type. And then that's interesting, because that like changes like how farm would technically work. Because farm technically would mean you just get an additional action point. Well, that's not necessarily true. But then is that bad? Ooh, hold up. You may play 1 card of each. You may play 1 card of each type per turn. So that's fine. So the I'm trying to think if this could end up sounding weird. Because let me read farm for a second. Can always change farm, but you may play 1 additional card of any type per turn. Does that mess anything up? I don't think so. No, that's fine. That doesn't change anything. It says any type, so farm won't break anything. Yeah, for sure. I was trying to think about that. Trying to decide here what can be turned into graphics, because ideally I'd like to have like visuals so it's more understandable. I think probably for like allocating and stuff, we need stuff for. This technically could have graphics, like you could have for card draw, you could have like, you know, a like a graphic of cards in the hand, right? And then one day I'll draw a rectangle, and then you go like, I'm trying to think if this even makes sense. It's probably more complicated than it needs to be, but you could have that wouldn't be what you'd have. Excuse me. You'd have the board, and you'd have multiple rectangles on the board. It's like you could say you could play 3 versus, you know, you play 1 and like draw 2. You know, I feel like you're really overcomplicating this. It's not so much over, like, I like think it needs it, but I'm thinking it is nice to have the visuals, because a lot of time when I'm like playing a board game and I'm reading the rules, my mind just like glosses over and I don't know how, like, I don't understand it until I start playing it. So the goal is to kind of help simulate what it would be like to play a game without, like, but with just reading the rules, right? That's the idea. But yeah, is this overcomplicating it? Probably. More than likely. I just feel like a lot of people's like reading comprehension when it comes to rules is like not great. So there's a potential for something like that. Play phase, the current. This also probably, I guess, would maybe end up being multiple things, but the current player may play cards into the play space from their hand. You may play up to 1 land, 1 structure, and 1 hero. Like, yeah, maybe I am overcomplicating. I don't know. Like, I could include icons in here as well. Each card you can play... Each card you play will either play... God, I can't words. You can add visuals to this, but it's not super needed. Yeah. Each card you play will enter play with 1 unit placed on the card. See unit phase for more information on units. Unit structure or structure cards must be placed above a land. You may only play 1 structure for each land card you control. Yeah, I guess adding graphics is only going to make it like a longer rule book, and I'm wondering if that's a good or bad thing. And obviously it's not good to have like a longer playbook. The more simple it is, the better, but just reading text is like, I guess what I'm trying to avoid a bit. I think more visuals is better, even if it means for a longer rule book. I think potentially, I don't know. You may play any number of spells on your turn. That's fine. I guess let's start with just the necessary ones and we'll go from there. So we'll keep reading. Spells supersede anything else. All right, I added that this time. Else and are always played first. This includes Old God's Curses. This includes I feel like this. No, I guess that makes sense. Keep in mind, so card effects. Keep in mind, pay attention to both cards and base effects. I almost wondering if base effects should also have an icon, but it's more that the rules don't look good here. Yeah. I think, I mean, yeah, that's part of it, but okay, this is where we might start getting into graphics because base effects don't have anything, but like when you talk about triggered effects, rather than like here we say a hexagonal, you know, gem box, like instead of doing that, you do, you know, the icons in here. I'm trying to think the best way to do this, if I should try to like format it in sheets here, or in docs, or if I should actually try to format it in like Photoshop and do it that way. But what I would like to do, well, I need to go to card layout. You should consider icons in the effects, or you could put it in the card anatomy. It's going to be in the card anatomy, but I think it probably makes sense to be here too. My vote was card anatomy, but your choice. I guess that's like, I could get rid of this because I mean it's already in card anatomy, right? An effect that requires something to be triggered. I could maybe put the full words in here. These effects are found in hexagonal about box on the card. These effects require something to trigger. Once triggered effect, it is. Once effect is triggered, it is active. That's redundant. So like this is all redundant, really. The other option, though, just so we see it, because like, does it make sense to talk about effects? Redundancy is good, though. Also, it's sometimes good though. Also, BRB, yeah. See you in a sec. But yeah, I could do something like this. Not totally sure. It does help show both the icon and the like. Really almost would rather just do this in Photoshop. Mostly because I just know how to use it. Welcome back. I was thinking maybe something like this, but I'm kind of pondering here whether it makes sense to show them. Because I kind of would... It probably makes sense to just talk about what effects are in general. Looks good to me, not gonna lie. Yeah. Yeah. I think it looks pretty decent. So I'd probably just do this in between each thing. I might want it to say like icon and like text box above each of these. Rather than, so that way you know, like, because someone coming in might not realize that this is like a text box. I mean, I guess if you look at the card anatomy, you can kind of see that, but... So something like that. This is kind of just brainstorming here, but... Because, like, maybe the better thing to do, rather than, like, having, like, you know, what it is, where it's, like, thing, words, and then, like, you know, each point, thing, words, is, like, make more of a, like, a thing where it says, you know, the effect types, and then have thing, box, words, thing, box, words, because there's not a lot of words per thing, you know. There's not 4 types, but you know what I mean. And well, I guess one of them is you know, the a base effect. The base effect would go there. I feel like that would probably look better. Words, words, words. I think that layout would look nicer. And it's more concise. Cool. Because, yeah, I mean, there's, like, a sentence each. And, like, this, each sentence in the beginning of these is... you know... I'm really trying to decide whether I want to try to, like, do this in docs where I don't really know how to do it super well, or if I just throw it into Photoshop and do it. We're just gonna keep plugging away and like decide what I need to do, and then I'll like go through and do each thing. I think is the way to do this, because so we know kind of how we're revising all this. I don't know if... Ugh. I hate highlighting and highlighter colors. It just hurts my brain. There, that's better. Unit phase. Unit indicates how much of your armies you've devoted to supporting your heroes, protecting a structure or land. This probably should include God. Putting units on cards acts as both their health and damage as and damage it will deal when it attacks, or if it attacks. If the card has no units on it, it takes damage. The card is destroyed and placed into your discard pile. Sure. Unit phase breaks down into 2 steps: gaining and placing. Gaining units. At the start of your turn, you gain units. This I'm wondering if this should this could be a graphic. Because I feel like, you know, you could have... I mean, you'd still need to explain it to some extent, but I think this is like the most... The rest of the stuff, it's like, you know, if you played Magic or any other trading card game, you know how it works. Yeah, it's kind of a maybe, but you could just be like, you know, you have your card, you have the unit effect icon, and then you have like an arrow, and then you have like your unit counter. It wouldn't be a full graphic, I don't think. It would just, like, you know, be there. And then after you have this graphic, you have a graphic paired with it where you have... Mostly this is kind of the reason to have the first graphic, is so people understand. You have a graphic like here with your units, and you have like, you know, you allocate units to here. I just realized you plan on physical games, so how does one track units IRL card game? Poker chips. At least that's how I've been doing it. It's the best way to do it, really. I tried doing like dice and then like using the numbers, but allocating is so much easier with poker chips. Poker chips is great, actually. I have a physical... Hold on, I'll show you. I have poker chips, but that's less interesting. The more interesting part is I did do a print and play of the actual game. This is super outdated. It's like version 1 of the game, but you know, it's a pretty crap print, but everyone's favorite card, the bridge. Yeah, I even got like the little like side cut thing. I'm planning, I literally went and bought card sleeves today. So, because I think once I'm done with this version, the version we're working on now, I'm gonna do another print, and so I can play it with people in the meat space. Yeah, you can see the print quality is it's kind of hard with my thing. I might get a different light in front of me because I'm kind of starting to dislike the one that's there, but yeah, kind of cool. When physically released game, you should make a very rare holographic bridge. I should. I was tempted to make one myself, because I have that like iridescent like bag material, like the Mylar sheet or whatever it's called. Is it Mylar? I don't know. It's like you know, some of that like sort of like gift bag material. It's like holographic looking. I was tempted to like cut it out precisely and glue it to a card and make like a fake holographic one by hand. But I think that would probably be more effort than it's worth. And also probably wouldn't look that great, but could be fun just for the fun of it. Just make it and frame it on my wall. Okay. But yeah, this wouldn't exactly be the layout of how all these go, but like have... Who's backing up a truck? Have something like that, and you have something like this. And then you can have something where you have like... I need to draw it smaller. I should just make this page like infinitely big. And then have like, you know, your this is gonna be a really bad hero icon. Nope, can't do it. You know, your hero icon. You get it. And then have like, you know, an icon like a graphic like this, and then have like an X so you can't go back, but you do have it's low res for me. I wonder why. Is that just your connection? I know you said it was not that great the other day, but let me make sure it's not like broadcasting weird. Oh, it is broadcasting really badly. Oh, there we go. Did it just get better? It's low res because of internet. Okay, I was just wondering because my thing was also kind of bad there for a second. But yeah, you have the card, you have the going back icon. The internet speed is okay, but it's not stable in the slightest. Ah, that sucks. And then you have like, you know, cards where you might have 3 cards and then you have like the whole... You can go back and forth between these, you know. So, you know, you have those sort of icons explaining like how you can move units around. Because I think that's probably the most confusing part about the game is like how you move and allocate units. So maybe, I don't know. That's a thought. This is all conceptual here. The start of this stat. Oh wait. Units indicate how much of your armies you've dedicated to support your heroes or protecting lands, structures, or gods, or god. Protecting a land, structure, or god. Putting units on a card acts as both the card's health and damage it deals, and the damage it will deal if it attacks. If a card with no units on it takes damage, the card is destroyed and placed into the discard pile. This feels kind of weird here. The organization of this feels weird because A car with no units. Card. Did I say car? Cards can't have no units on it. Well, that's what it says. If a card has no units, it is destroyed. It just is weird in this where it is, because the problem right now is it talks about unit phase, but then it's saying, well, I guess it makes sense. Okay, the statement makes sense. I'm just wondering if it should be where it is, because I'm like trying to figure out. It's also not a good sentence. It's fair. Oh, yeah, if a card with no units on it takes damage. Oh, yeah, because technically I think... Yeah. It's actually bad because it's just because it was pre... The rules were somewhat in flux when this was being written, but... Right. Yeah. You're correct. Yeah, no, it should say if a card has no units, it is destroyed. I'm almost kind of wondering if I should start from scratch and then just kind of add things in. Like restructure everything, because I'm kind of starting to debate whether the structure here makes sense, right? Because I think it's weird to explain what units are while you're explaining how you place them. Rewriting the rulebook is an option. It's not so much like I want to like a lot of the wording on a good portion of this stuff is fine, but the way it's ordered is weird. All right, let me open a new document and just brainstorm here for a second. Because here's the question. Because how it goes now is it goes, you know, here's stuff, right? Here's like your player, like it explains it as it goes. Restructuring is a good idea, I think, because it explains it as it goes. It says like player turns, and then it goes like play cards. And then it says what the cards are, or what like effects, or like, yeah, what card effects are units, or like unit phase, placing unit, or like what units are unit phase, right? Can't spell anything. Okay. But instead, I think it might make sense to go cards, like explain cards, explain units, and then people know what those things are, and then you go through like explaining, you know, player turns, you know, unit phase, all that. My brain stopped working. I cannot type. Ah! Plays. It's like there's no L in phase, believe it or not. You might not believe it. But yeah, like I think explaining, because the problem right now is like, we're trying to teach someone a language as they go rather than teaching them how letters work and then and then explaining how to form a sentence, right? That's kind of how it feels. So I think introducing all the elements first and then introducing how to play the game. Let me actually reference this rulebook. Yeah, I feel like this is the better order. Okay, cool. Let me actually look at this real quick. I'm curious if... Yeah, I'm looking at like the thing I was talking about, this other game. And yeah, it shows setup and here's all the like things that the game has, and then it tells you how those things work. Yeah, I think explaining everything first makes more sense, because then you don't have to go back and like recontextualize stuff or contextualize it multiple times, right? Yeah, instead of going in order of play phase. Yeah, because the problem with going in order of play phase is that it gets confusing with things like attacking and taking damage and that kind of stuff. Because here we talk about like a player playing, and then like really it should tell like what happens when a player takes damage. Or we talk about when a player takes damage, but really it's like that should be on the old god turn. And it's like, yeah, it's just it's too weird. I think, yeah, explaining everything first. So I guess let's write up a I'll do this. There we go. Okay. So we got our intro / title. Let's do this as bullet points. Setup. No, setup probably isn't for... Setup is probably not first. I'm just going to keep referring to this because it's, you know, a professionally made game. It's a decent enough, you know, similar thing. Do we need... Yeah, I guess it breaks it down to components, right? I don't think you necessarily need to break everything down into components per se, but like, I think, watching you both gives me inspiration to make my own game, and at the same time makes me not want to both as in like both. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Want me to make my own game. Yeah, it's there's a lot of like dumb stuff, for sure, but there's also, it's rewarding, honestly. I'd help you make your game. We could talk about it. I'd be very curious to see what you come up with. I feel like half the ideas in this game are like yours anyway at this point. I feel like it's funny because like I was talking to someone about like I keep saying like, you know, we make this game, we did this, and I'm like, why do I keep saying it? Like, obviously like me and Kyle made like the base game, but like some of the newer versions I keep saying we. And I'm like, honestly, it's because like Maximus keeps like giving me ideas, and I feel like, you know, you're like very heavily contributed to the game. You should take more credit, dude. I know. I'm kind of being slightly is facetious the right word? But you know, you've definitely helped a lot. So you should take more credit. Got him. What are you gonna do about that? Got him. I've been got. Get dunked on, fool. All right. Anyway, I guess components, but you guys, this is gonna be the worst stream for my dyslexia anxiety. Anyway, components. So we have cards and units. Is there anything else besides cards and units? I guess like player cards, old god cards, and units. I guess we can break all that down into... Units are kind of more of a player thing, so maybe that's afterward too. Well... Nah. And then player cards are broken down to heroes, structures, lands, and here are structures, lands, gods. Gods is probably actually first though in this order, because you need to select your god first. Oh, spells. I just forget about spells for some reason. Old gods, monster, minions, monsters, lands before structures. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, that makes sense, because to explain structures, you definitely want to explain lands first, so you can say that structures can only go on lands. Good, good. My brain keeps wanting to spell it like the other kind of waste. I don't know why. You know, wasteland. What do we call them? Ruins. There's becoming like too much stuff in my brain now. Ruins and curses. Curses. Curse you. Units. I'm still debating whether units go before or after old god cards. But I feel like explaining all cards first makes sense, and then explaining what units are. So like cards, and then of course it's gonna do that. Yeah, I don't know, I'm on the fence about unit placement too, because yeah, I mean, this is the most bold, pointy list I've ever done in my life. Because yeah, units go only with players, but like it might make sense to explain all the cards first. Is this where card anatomy would go? Would like the card and enemies go right next to each other? I think so. I don't think they'd be as separated as they are now, right? I think it would be old god card, like it would literally just the card and enemies would go right next to each other. And then as you scroll through, it would have stuff like this that re-explains what all this stuff is. You feel like cards being nearby or feeling like... Yeah, I feel like all the cards being in one section makes sense. I think that makes sense. Sorry, I'm being spammed. Give me a second. It's all memes. Because when a player is like, what the hell was that thing I saw? They should be able to look back real quick and check on those. Yeah. I guess to that point, should the icon index be first, or should that just be at the very, like, should it be at the bottom like this is? Or should the icon index be more... I feel like the icon index can be at the very back, very bottom, because I think when I have each of the, like, when I explain what monster player cards are, these icons will be in each of these things. I think bottom, and then this will be extra, right? Yeah, this will all be extra. This will be redundant, rather. And both serve basically the same purpose, just easy to find. Exactly, yeah. So this is just like, this is like a glossary more than anything. So just being at the bottom, I think makes sense. I think we talked about this before, but maybe instead of even having this, make a card that has it, right? Just make a card that has all these words, and then you can have the card in the... Actually, I feel like I don't know if you said that the same... Hold on. Actually, I feel like the unit index being on a card in deck or something like that would be the coolest way of doing it. I was gonna say, did we come up with that thought at the same time, or did you hear me say that and then we're like saying, I don't know. I can't tell if you were a fast typer or we both said that at the same time. Or maybe that's just someone else said it. Okay, yeah. Maybe that's just me liking cards that aren't meant to be played in the game a bit too much. We'll add some jokers into the deck for you. Minions. Okay, what else? Components, cards, units. But yeah, no, I definitely agree that, yeah, I'd like to do a card with stuff on it and just leave that out of the rule book. That should be easy enough to do. Okay, and then we go into what? We go into phases, I guess. Or no, setup. Setup, then I think mostly from there it's probably okay. Setup, turn order does make sense. Yeah, so now you go into gameplay. Exactly, yeah. I'm gonna make a note here. I'm trying to figure out... I think the anatomy goes first, and then you explain what each, like, type of card is. Although it might actually not be like digging into like each of these things. Yeah, it's basically just rearranging this entire rulebook. But it works. Cause yeah, like I think it's fine. Okay, turn order, so we basically follow this, right? Turn order is kind of like just like the setup, like the intro to all of this. Yeah, okay. Draw, phase, play, phase, unit phase. And then within unit phase is the gain step and the place step. And then attack phase. And that goes old god, draw phase, and then attack phase, old god. Is that everything? I mean, I guess within Old God draw phase, it should have, you know, cards and minions. P.S. You should keep this to use for your indexing. What do you mean, like for? Oh, for like my when I do the card index thing that we were gonna do like forever ago and we didn't do. Well, I guess we kind of did it because we made icons for everything, but my phone's blowing up right now. It's very distracting. I like the name. It's the thing in the book that says where each thing is. Oh yeah, like this here. Oh god. Like on this guy here. You can just like click on things. I think it auto generates that when you do when you use like headings. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I think it auto does that when you do headings, which is kind of nice. I've never really used them, and then Kyle like did it, and I'm like, ah, that's how you do that. Actually, no, I had used it before. Well, I think that was something Kyle also did, which was a different rulebook, so. Gaining units, placing units, player phase. I mean, some of these things. Some of this terminology is bad, like card power level, like players don't technically have power level. And I think I re-changed it to say unit power here, but it should just be worded differently. Yeah, it's weird that during the player phase, it's saying both player cards power level and monster cards power level. Like obviously you need to explain both, but it makes much more sense to explain it first rather than trying to explain both at the same time. And then like how you use it. So yeah, I like this a lot better. I think the way this almost, I need to break this down is, do I explain everything that I show here? Or is the card anatomy enough, right? Like, because I guess that's kind of what I do here, right? We talk about card effects, right? And then, but that's in like player cards. So technically really like, I'm thinking here. Because really, it's almost like this. Card types. Oops. And then like, I'm trying to think what it would even be called. I don't know, like card effects. And then like each type of effect. I guess it's better. I mean, that's technically how it should be, because there should be like base effects, unit, yeah. Triggered. Unit effects, abilities. I mean, I could explain like icons, like unit gain and attack icon. Which, I mean, yeah, I guess that all makes sense. Yeah, I think that's kind of how it has to be. Yeah, being like clear is the weirdest part about game design. I feel like a lot of people don't consider it enough though. It's like, how many games have you played that just have like terrible tooltips? You like look at something and it's just like, it does this, and you're like, I don't know what that means. Just like kind of crazy. It's a common thing with indie games, and even some big games just don't explain themselves. Yeah, like, I mean, like, I swear, like, so many games that I've played, like, I mean, Risk of Rain's a big one. They kind of, like, have both, though, where it's, like, in-game, it's kind of really terrible, and then... like, oh my god, I could have pressed Y to quick travel all along. Ah, yeah, right. But yeah, like Risk of Rain is one of them. Like the in-game tooltips are terrible, but then like you go into the like the logbook, and then it actually shows you exactly what every item does and like percentages and all that kind of thing. It's like, that's wild. Remnant 2. There's like a lot of just unexplained mechanics. Risk binding, etc. I kind of get it because the mystery is part of it. Yeah, it's true. And it does make it interesting. You're like, oh, what does this do? But it's like, I don't know. I guess then it's like just very like game knowledge. I kind of like how Diablo did it, where they had just a button where you could turn on advanced tooltips, which made that like much like if you wanted more information, which Diablo 3. Too many different Diablos. 3 is probably the one I played the most. Although I'd potentially argue that other maybe are different, better games. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say at this point. Diablo 3 got kind of like really arcadey, which I was kind of cool with, but I did play a lot of Diablo 2 also, so hard to say. I just didn't track the time as much. I feel like the way to do that though too is like if you're like want to be like curious about what the thing is, you have like the first run it shows up, it doesn't say what it does, and then like it's just a good idea to play test with some people who don't even play the game to begin with. Yeah, for sure. That is definitely part of it. What do bad guy cards have on that I need to explain? Attack order. I think these are probably, icons are probably more important here. Whereas here, card types. So we do power level. This is where I'm considering maybe units go first, but because like if we talk about all these things like unit gain, attack icon, or not unit gain, and like unit effects, you don't even know what units are yet. Although part of it could be it's like here are the things that exist, you know, in components. You preface everything with there are cards, you know, there are units, and then you go through and talk, and it's like you know you're going to get to units at some point. I don't know. Power level, attack order. I think the order is fine, yeah. I guess attack order is just strongest versus weakest. And card type. And then defeated effect. Oh yeah, I really need to redo the old god cards because they don't have the new defeated effect icons. Positive, negative, and then units. Trying to see what this actually says. Attack rules indicate first slots contain strongest or weakest. After that, the weakest icon disappears. Monster attack order is an order in which they attack. Blah blah. Okay, yeah, these are all redundant. Like this can all go away. These can all just be replaced by icons, really. I guess under attack order, we need like it's called deciding targets on this, but I'm wondering if it should be called like exceptions or like, because this is like the attack rule where like when in doubt, a player chooses. I guess it's gonna just be called deciding targets. And then I guess it needs to somehow say attacking gods in here. If there's nothing else. Although that might be, that's actually probably in the play phase, isn't it? If this were my game, it wouldn't even let the players choose which order the monsters attack in. The first 3 minions attack, and then the rift spawner, and then the other minion. Oh, I would. Wait. Sorry, let me reread. If this was my game, I would even let players choose which order what order they attack in. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like that makes the player so much more powerful. That's my only worry about that. I'm contemplating that. Because then you can, like, tank a lot. Yeah, I had the idea after I noticed that you and I did monster attack orders differently. Also, yeah, it's a big player buff. Honestly, I just really need to put in, like, that's actually something I really need in the rules, which I guess is under attack phase for gods. Attack order. Which is also something that... Oh, wait, sorry, hold on. This is the wrong thing. I need to actually put player in here because I'm just going to get confused. Draw phase, we need to it's kind of technically like the order in which the card I put the minions on the side and made the minions attack fully after every monster. Interesting. I mean, technically that might be a better way to do it, just because like the way in which minions are placed could end up being like really board intensive, right? If you get up to, because it says monster / minions. Ah, interesting. That's fair. I mean, the part of the problem is the rules never really like told you how to do it, right? It might be like just offhandedly thrown in here, but the rulebook hasn't been updated since minions were added, you know? So is that one of the first streams you were in, right? Is the when we were like me and Kyle were talking about minions and stuff? No, you were in I think one or two before that. I want to say. No, you were the first one you were in was when I was updating my my border thing, right? I want to say that's what it was. Yeah, it was when I was like doing my stream element thing, like my border, I think. If not, maybe the one before that, but definitely on that one. I remember the border, that's for sure. Yeah, I think that was probably the first one. Just interesting. Interesting. Anyway. I think that's the general idea, though, is all this. We might have to throw some extra stuff in here, but this is a good base. Because I don't think we kind of had this stuff sort of planned, but we didn't really. We kind of winged it at the last, like, hour or 2 or 3. But, all right, I'm going to hit the bathroom real quick, and then I'll be back, and we'll start putting this all together. But, yeah. I will be back in just a few minutes. Okay. I have returned. Still really happy with that stinger. Just looks cool. My hat. No. How's my head gonna stay warm? There we go. I'm still alive, Maximus. Good. Just want to make sure. The missing Luna. Oh, good point. Yeah, she followed me. She likes to follow me around. Now she's probably outside or something in her little catio. Poor Luna. Not really. She's spoiled. All right. Start, we have something like this. Then Armies Against Entropy is a cooperative card game where the players control lands, build structures, and lead armies. Lead armies of units with special heroes to fight against the evil old gods. They're monsters. They're monster. This is such a run-on sentence. It's the biggest thing. They're monster hordes and corrupted wastelands. And the corrupted wastelands and ruins they control as they seek to bring about the end of the world. Maybe it needs to be less of a run-on sentence, but for now it's fine. It's not really part of the rules. What a sentence. It's literally one sentence. What a sentence it is, you know? I really want to do like a it'd probably be in like a few videos from now, especially dude, aren't you dyslexic? Shouldn't your rule book be super dyslexic supportive? I mean, probably. I don't know. I feel like a lot of that stuff is kind of like kind of bull. I mean, I think that's probably why I want a lot of graphics, right? I think that's why I want, like, you know, stuff like this. Even if it's, like, excessive. I think that's probably why I want stuff like that. But, like, a lot of, like, the dyslexic fonts and dyslexic whatever, and, I mean, I guess a run-on sentence like this. To be fair, Kyle wrote most of the rulebook. So, you can blame Kyle for the most part. Stream's average bitrate is too high. That's interesting. I think technically I'm... Oh, you want to know... Oh, no, that's weird. Anyway. Of course, Kyle wrote most of the book. I mean, do you think I could write this in 2 hours? There's no way. Oh, there's no way. You betcha. 2 days, maybe. True. True and accurate and correct. This is a subtitle. It's not quite right. We want a heading one. Heading 2. Cards. I mean, this technically would have some sort of text, like, here are all the components you will need to play the game. I'm probably gonna reword a lot of this. I think this most of this I'll probably do off stream, and then just say like units or like cards, old god cards, and units. That's gonna need to be reworded, but I just want to get the structure down here and put everything. I guess I should highlight this to let myself know that this is bad and I should do it better. Do more better. Cards. You use them. You play the game. I don't know if I should actually have like a bullshit sentence here, like explaining that what cards are, but like we'll see. And then you have a third subtitle. God, I wonder if there's going to be a fourth subheading I can actually put in here. Do I even need one? I do. No, not necessarily though, actually. Player cards. And then we do I explain what each type of card is? I want to say somewhere I do. It's hard to be entertaining when writing a rule book of all things. Yeah, honestly, I was tempted to like not even stream this, but it's like, I don't know. Should put Subway Surfer on the stream in there. I know, right? Honestly, I probably I really shouldn't be streaming this. What I should be streaming is I should come up with all this and then come up with the graphics I need to do and then like create those graphics on stream. That's maybe somewhat interesting, right? It's not like super cool, but at least it's drawing. Whereas all of this is kind of like, I mean, I'm semi-entertained, but I don't know what the other audience is going to watch this. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly just you. Well, actually, wait. No, yeah, it's just you. Which I'm not surprised by at this point. You have like a fundamental basis of knowing what the game's about, and I feel like you have a investment in it now. So dyslexic ball guy writes a rule book. Sounds funnier than it is. True. That should have been my title. Maybe next time. I decided to be sarcastic in my title instead. Alright, player cards, we can copy this. Although this is going to be different, right? This can't be what it is currently. Maybe this should be above here. Above the player card. Oh god. Just a placeholder, exactly. Maybe it should be like this. I don't know. To hold the place, exactly. As one does. As one placeholder is to do. Nope. I'm trying to see. If there's any, did I actually ever explain what each of these cards are? I don't think I did. I did not. So we need something like to copy these. Yeah, we do need a heading 4. And then these are probably just gonna be like something like this. And then probably preceded by before, can't words, something like this. This I might do in Photoshop because this is just gonna be a pain in the ass to actually like get it how I want it, I feel like. And just make it kind of like this. Looks nice, like the infographic. And then have, you know, this and then explain, you know, this is a, like what defines the player's play style or whatever. Something like that, kind of like that kind of deal. I'm excited because this guy who does this music, I think I probably already said this already, but is coming out with a new album, and that means I can potentially get new music. I have to talk to him. I probably should also diversify my music in general, like different artists, but because this was kind of like meant for soul specifically. Now it's just kind of my stream music, but I don't know. Maybe I should just play, you know, normal other stuff, but it has become the beats exactly. 'Tis true and correct and accurate and correct. So icons. I think this is going to be better though, for sure. Oh, it actually creates an additional heading type every time you if I actually end up needing one. Wait, no. Is that is heading 4? Heading 4. Okay. It was the same. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't creating even more headings. That was gonna get ridiculous. Icons, I don't really have. I mean, technically, it would be talking about. I mean, something like this. And then Honestly, I don't even know if it's worth. It's not even worth using the words here. And then card effects I do have. I do have something for. Yeah, there's definitely a reason I called this a very exciting, or super exciting. They even spelled super. Okay, yeah. For a second, I thought I spelt it supper, and I was like, did I really just do that? No. Yeah, the super exciting rulebook updating stream. Because I knew it wasn't going to be exciting. But that's okay. Honestly, sometimes streaming is just an excuse to get more work done because I feel more productive on stream, surprisingly. So, are you super excited? You're jazzed? You're ready to go? Here's a super excited at super excited at 0 in the morning, whatever time it is for you. I say 0 in the morning because that sounds like the earliest time possible, even though it's not. 4 a.m. Yeah, I know that 0 is actually sort of a time, but you're a wild child, sir. The fact that you're up that late, still don't understand it. I appreciate it, of course, but I think oh, just for your information, I think next stream on Friday will be another early one, because Bradley I think has the day off, so we're gonna do an early stream. I don't actually have an exact time down, but Friday will be earlier, so it won't be as awful for you. So that's nice. Although I guess Friday's probably like the one stream that can be later because, you know, like late hours in general, no one can disrupt you at 4 a.m. unless it's life or death. That's true. It's very true. Do you like work on stuff while we're doing this, or are you just like hanging out at this point? I feel like I've asked you this before, but my brain's failing me. Why don't we turn this into the getting to know Maximus stream? Tell me about your life. Just kidding. Unless you want to. I wish I had something to work on, though. I mean, I believe in you. You're smart. You've got good ideas. Dude. All right. All right. I already pasted that in there. Although this is probably gonna be, most of this is gonna be redone anyway. But I guess I kind of just need the whole bones of this so I know what I'm doing, because otherwise I'm just kind of shooting in the dark here. Why is this all caps? Oh, because that's technically a title. I guess we could like bold these. I am half tempted to put some of this in like the Armies Against Entropy font, but maybe I'll do that when I'm trying to like fancy up the rulebook and make it look nice, but I mean, that'll kind of happen when I get everything together like this, though. Can I? I'm almost wondering if I can... No. I was kind of hoping I could just, like, take this and just paste it in here, but... What's next? Old God cards. So this is heading 2? 3? 3? Yeah. Old God cards. I was thinking recently too, it'd be kind of interesting if maybe like, this is super far down the road, but like maybe in the future eventually having enemies that aren't the old god, like demons or something, and there'd be like a whole separate deck with like completely different mechanics. I feel like that could be interesting. Like they wouldn't even have minions, they'd have something else, and like they'd function completely differently. But I thought that could be a cool thing, like I said, forever down the line, but could be kind of cool. I guess I can kind of get rid of this as I go, but... Or maybe I should just... I don't know. There's a bunch of forever down the line ideas here right now. Exactly. That is my life currently. Oh, I guess card anatomy goes first. Oh god, cards. Oh, that's... Have the anatomy first. I don't know if that's technically how that should be. I don't know if the anatomy really should go before the title, but... Is that how I have it, really? I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. Sort of. Not at all. Nah, it should be here. See, like, I don't understand how placement works here. That's it right there. And this maybe will end up being, like, in the center. But, again, we'll make it look nicer later. Good things are for later. Why are you doing this? What are you doing to me? Why? I think it's because it's too big. There we go. But why is it doing that? I hate everything. See, this is why I don't want to use... This is why I don't want to use this. Like, why is it adding that much space there? Oh, it's probably the way it's embedded. Yeah, it's the way it's embedded. I'm just being dumb. You're battling against dogs. It's the only entertainment we have. But, like, why is it doing that? You know, whatever. It's fine. I don't really care. We'll arrange it later. Yeah, maybe maybe next stream we do something else. Hopefully, God, I don't know. I'll have to do this in my spare time, I guess. Like to get like the rest of this. I'll probably work, you know, for my standard. I've been actually going, I feel like every time I've been streaming longer and longer, which I think is a good thing. I'm at least generally being productive, so I think it's worth it. but that said, yeah, streams have increased in time, which I think is good for me, just because it means, you know, more possibility of people finding me. But when it's something like this, it's pretty freaking boring. So it's not like anyone's really going to be interested in the stream. Yeah. I don't know what my point was there. Hope no one finds you just on rulebook stuff. I mean, honestly, that was like one of the things I was surprised by. I was doing the frickin' like the border of the like the stream border that you came in on. Again, I'm pretty sure that's the stream you came on. I could be wrong, but around there, and like that was like one of my most popular like streams, like off, like I had a bunch of people watching that one. I'm like, why? Why are people here for this? But like, you know, obviously this is boring, but I don't know why, but I like watching other people draw, so maybe other people do too. I mean, I think that's true for sure, because it's just like cool to see like things being created in front of you, but I think it's because I can't draw, but I don't know. I think it's just interesting to see something like created in front of your eyes, I guess, is probably why it's interesting. Because I like every now and then I'll watch like a streamer draw and stuff like that too. But yeah, I guess especially if they're good at it, it's kind of cool. It's like, you know, you get to see something like that. But I really just break it again. Why? No, we're just gonna move this. See, I don't know why. You know, we're just gonna leave it. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. It's fine. What was I saying? Yeah, I was like, maybe, you know, this is probably a bad idea for a stream, but you know, you never know. Maybe someone will find it interesting. Maybe I'll randomly get a bunch of people. I don't know. I also kind of thought it was going to be easier to kind of decipher some of this and turn it into like graphics like this, but I kind of didn't realize how much restructuring everything needed, and then to actually figure out what kind of graphics I needed. Yeah, kind of didn't really expect this to be, well, no, I kind of did. I was gonna say, didn't quite expect it to be this boring, but it's pretty boring. But some people also like just watching other people work too, which I mean, I guess is somewhat what you're doing, but there's other people like, I don't know, I guess like YZ is a good example. I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know where he's been, but he like lurks and just like hangs out for the most part. I mean, he'll like comment every now and then, but I don't remember what this is supposed to be. Stuff. It is. I guess power level. Can I just copy all these? Why am I doing it this way? Go like this. Paste. There we go. At least it's better than the DMV. Yeah, about that. Watching a stream, that's $200. You have to pay up. Sorry. Otherwise, I'm taking your car. power level icon. We're just throwing in placeholders here. My car that I don't own? Oh no. Yeah, that's fair. You probably you don't even car, do you? You don't even car. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm losing it. I'm also losing it. I don't know. Oh, you know what? It's getting weird because it's being feisty on me here. Like, I have the right heading, but it'll be kind of like oh, it's because it's Title 4. It'll be like a, you know, I get your firstborn child kind of idea. I'll get your first car. So the second you get a car, I get that car. The stream title is actually a lie. The real stream is Beats losing it to docs. Pretty much. I'm pretty bad at like getting used to new programs I've found. But like once I know a program, I'm pretty good at it, you know? Like I would say I'm pretty freaking good at like After Effects and Premiere and that kind of stuff, and Photoshop even. But when it comes to like a new program like Illustrator or something like that, I think I keep trying to fall back on the old like the control schemes for other things, and then I like lose my mind. Because like Illustrator, you would expect, oh yeah, it's just gonna be like Photoshop but different, and it's like all the controls are different and like the interface is different, and I'm pretty good at not using the right program for the job. I made an entire presentation using MS Paint like a year ago. Honestly, I get that. I judge a lot of people. There's like a lot of people who are like, yeah, I use Adobe After Effects to edit, and I'm like, you're an insane person. And I'm like, but like, I also, you know, I do the same thing, but like with different things. I'm like, oh yeah, I use, you know, I'm using After Effects to animate when I could just be using Adobe Animate because I own it, but I just don't. I don't learn it, you know? I was moments away from playing your game in Ace Sprite. I would like to see it, honestly. Oh god. Oh, kitten, you scared me. She literally, I was gonna say, just jumped up on the desk and ran over there. You couldn't see her because the camera was slightly too high, but I think she's chasing like a bug. Are you chasing a bug? Where is it? Where's the bug? Luna hunting. She is a little hunter. My favorite song. Units. Wait, yeah, we talk about units now. By talk about them, I mean just write the word units down and then maybe copy and paste something. But yeah, to be fair about like just like a stream like this, I feel like apparently like one of the most popular, like, I mean, one of the most popular things on Twitch is the just chatting category, right? So like, if it's just like we're talking and doing this kind of thing, sometimes that can be pretty entertaining. Although, granted, I feel like people who can do just chatting are also people who are already popular. So it is kind of like a weird thing, because like, who wants to just sit there listening to like random people talking? Whereas also, I think you have to have like a big enough like chat base in order for that to work, because then you can constantly be talking, whereas it's hard when it's just like a few people. One of the most popular things on Twitch was leaving the room with someone else's video playing. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's kind of crazy. Honestly, I don't even know what let's throw the let's throw the just throw the unit icon in here. Not the icon, but like this would probably like express like, hey, you can use the game as like the tokens in whatever, or if you're playing a print and play, you can use chips. Now, for some reason, that made me want a chocolate chip cookie. Which I do have peanut butter chocolate cookies. So maybe I'll have to eat some of those. But not quite the same. Somewhat different. Where even is under like unit icons? One of these is an actual icon, and one of these is a picture. I'm guessing that was the wrong one. There we go. Oh god, it's huge. That's the placeholder. I feel like popular on Twitch is not an indicator of good content. That's true too. Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm trying to decide if that's true. Yeah, I guess popular on Twitch doesn't necessarily mean good content. It means more charismatic, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't done this like XQC as a streamer exists. It's true. Yeah. You're not wrong. I don't know if XQC is a fountain of charisma. True. Also true. You're bringing up a lot of good points here. It's heading 3 or 4. It's heading 4 or 2. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And it's like you kind of wonder like how that person got popular, you know? It's so weird. I guess it's just it's not good content, it's entertaining content, I guess is the way to put it, right? Can I just do this? Kind of. I don't know why I didn't do why didn't I do this before? It's success versus quality. Yeah. Yeah, but like what makes them successful, right? And like obviously that's like a bunch of different reasons for most things, right? Like, but it's something I try to think about because it's kind of the goal, right? Is to be successful with this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a complicated list of reasons. Yeah, it's not just one thing usually either. It's like someone can be popular and then go onto Twitch and then be a popular streamer even though they weren't originally on Twitch, right? They could just be popular for the sake of being popular. Like Jack Black or whatever has a freaking Twitch channel or something, or I don't know if it's Twitch channel or YouTube. I can't remember. I haven't actually watched any of his stuff, but the fact that he can do that pretty easily be popular because people know him. Is this the same? Oh, that's because it's heading 3, so. For some people, it's easy to say why it's a success, but sometimes it's just a bit of a mystery. Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, I feel like some of this can be used, but damage to the old god during old god's like. Trying to think here. I mean, I guess most of the attack rules are probably okay. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna have to like restructure all this, and my brain probably isn't gonna be able to handle that on stream, but maybe it will. I just have to do one thing at a time and probably go in order. Trying to decide if I should save this list. I mean, it's basically this list here, but I feel like the list is fine left as is. Yeah, I guess it's fine being here. I think there's a way to like make it, like take this though and put it into the body where, or I guess it's just on the side here. It just doesn't really need to be here, you know, because it's here on the side. Just kind of want it out of the way. It's mental clutter for me. It's fine. It doesn't need to be there. It's all here. It's all here anyway. We've got the outline done anyway. You know what we're gonna do? Because I want to make sure I stream for at least 3 hours because I've been getting better at that. We are going to update these guys, I think, because the card anatomy needs to be updated. So we'll do that, or at least get started on it, and they'll probably be done in like 20 minutes. And then I'll probably go through and like pick away at this little by little. I'm trying to think what to do for like the rest of the other streams, you know, because this probably won't be done. Finally, something semi-entertaining. I love it. Oh man. Hello? Honestly, it doesn't matter. It's wild that it's linked. You can still stream rulebook stuff, but I don't know if your YouTube's gonna love it. I mean, whatever. The streams are kind of like just extra there anyway. I guess I'll probably just stream when I'm making graphics like this. So I probably need to set up for all the graphics. I'm trying to think what else I can stream. I'm tempted. I was like, why did there just... Never mind. I was like, why was there just a dog on my screen? Anyway, random dog jump scare, pretty much. It wasn't even a jump scare, it was just like, where did that come from? I'm contemplating on what I should be doing for just a cat hair clump just fell on my head. Love that. I was tempted to do some more like stream element stuff. And like Discord things, like making some like emotes and stuff like that. Not that I'm even at that point. I don't even think I can put emotes in like Twitch or anything. You have like emote slots as a I don't think I can until you become whatever, affiliated. I can't remember the words. Partnered, affiliated, one of those two. I can't remember which one it is. Probably affiliate. But content? No. I feel like you have to have whatever in order to get emotes, but I feel like stuff like that would be cool. And I was tempted to have like maybe some just more updated stuff, but no emotes? Question mark? I was so confused for a second. I'm like, wait, is that someone from Twitch? I'm guessing there's not. Is there like a box that shows where my emotes would be? I guess I can actually just go to Twitch. Channel. I don't think so. I think if you don't have 50, I don't see any place for your emotes. All your emotes belong to us. I don't want dashboard. I want channel. No, not channel. I want is it video producer? Why not? Stream? No. No. It might not be something I can do when I'm mid-stream. No, I think you can put them in. Not analytics. Not alerts. Community? Let's just look it up. How to get your own emotes on Twitch. You have to qualify for partner affiliate. Yeah, okay, so I can't do it until I have 50 whatever it is. But it could be cool because I have like the little follower alert. I can make something for that. I can make some like Discord icons and stuff like that. I don't know, things like that, but we'll see. I'll give it a thought. I also have been thinking that for Discord, this is sort of unrelated, but resolve. It doesn't need to be linked. Just rasterize. Beautiful. I think just having what's the dimensions on this anyway? Sorry, I keep losing my train of thought. Having a stream schedule. Sorry, I really got my train of thought thrown off there. This should be like 8.5 by 11. I mean, the height isn't super crucial. Let's make it actual paper size, which might not be the same as your paper size, seeing as you really are losing I am. Are you trying to make it seem like I'm crazier than I am by saying it in 2 spots? Yeah, I know you. Somewhat. I know your dark secrets. Oh, is all the text in one? It is. I feel like this can come down a bit. And everything else can move up. Okay. Gasp, where you learn about the math. Well, you see, you just told me. Dun dun dun. I'm trying to think if I actually need to change out all these cards. I think I probably should. The only annoying part is the only extra thing we really need to explain is abilities. Well, new cards look different. I mean, not really. I mean, with the boxes look different. These cards we need to replace, right? And we'll get them in here, but the annoying part is, well, let's get just 3 cards, right? We just need, we'll do Necromancer and we'll do Farm. All right, this just needs to be, I have too many tabs open now, or too many windows rather. We need dexterous. We need here. I don't know actually if necromancer has changed at all. Oh wait, no, they have the icons on the cards though. Unlock. I hate when I close that because yeah, so I guess it does look different. You're right, you're right. It's got the icons and stuff. I was forgetting. This one technically, with the exception of the icons, is basically the same. But I kind of forgot that those are in there. Of course, I'm always right. You're right. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I always win. Sorry. Was evil there for a second. All right, we need that. We did farm because it has the right icons on it. Yep, I'm losing it. Download farm. And then we need a card with an ability. Oh. Why is that broken? Guess the formula is broken. Weird. I think it may have been my fault. I think I was messing around with it. Trying to decide what we could do. The god too, although I think the other ones are probably a better representation of what abilities are. Yeah, we'll do Trading Post. I like the look of Trading Post. And that is the only reason I'm doing it over anything else. Now the question is, do I have the entire card on here? Do I need like the full card, or can I just crop it at the bottom? Card's a little big. What do you think? When I imported it, it was like the entire size of everything, the known universe. It's a bit more than big. It's super massive. I guess I can also illustrate what the card icon is. We'll see. Yeah, I'm surprised it's like that huge when I import it, but I guess it's 300 DPI, which means it's 3 times the size it should be. You know? Actually, this is still 75% scale, which is funny. Bruh. Well, these boxes may need to be moved around ever so slightly, but biblically accurate AAE cards are in entire A3 paper. We use 8.5 by 11 around here, so letter paper is that actually is A3 paper, right? It's slightly different. It's probably in millimeters or some. Boop. Yeah, A3 is 17.5 by 16.5. A3 is twice the size of A4. Metric paper is beat it. God, I wish I was on the metric system. Wish frickin' America wasn't dumb. Beauty. Booty. You know, here we are. Sometimes you forget an A, you know? I knew what you meant. I was too dyslexic to not understand you. I know dyslexia is contagious. Potentially. $21. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. I really should just make my playlist not... just make it longer than 3 hours. Because then it just starts playing the wrong thing. If it's... I think I'll finish this and then call it a day. Is what I will do. It's definitely not perfectly aligned, but... Oh wait, I actually need space under there. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait to crop it. Also everything is... Yeah, let's get a guide. Just tell me when it's in the middle. It won't. New... Guides... Guide layout... Get rid of these. All this crap. Literally just need one. 3? Hold up. 2. What on earth? Just 2. That's fine. Why is it doing that? Oh wait, that was already there. That's why I'm dumb. Those were already there. Yeah, we can tell by looking at the chart here is that it's completely off. If you're looking closely, you can tell it's terrible. Don't you love mwah, don't you love guides making things nice looking? Probably could have put all these on separate layers, but you know, here we are. Also, I don't know why I'm using my mouse to select this and not my drawing pad, but you know, here we are. I've gone focus mode. You've lost me. All right, there we go. I guess I can copy this guy. Put it down here. Actually, rather than doing that, let's just hit Alt click. Beautiful. Yeah, it's smidge off. Honestly, I don't think the original drawing is perfect anyway, but it's fine. I say as I adjust it again. Okay, good enough. So here's what I think I can do. I can do a box. I'm wondering if I obviously, like, I have to explain what this is, right? But do I also have like I think it could just be, hello? There we go. I could also have a, what is happening with my drawing tablet? There we go. I could have like a little thing going like this and showing what the icon is, like card icon. Like that, you know? Yeah, sure. Sorry. I don't know why that was funny. Squiggly line is a great touch. All right, I need, let's just copy unit effect. So it's all the right text size. The text size is probably something stupid. Yeah, it's 15.88. That's the thing, like, do I call it an ability effect or do I just call it an ability? What the hell is 18.55? The reason it's 18.55 is because it was originally a different thing and I just changed the size of the paper, and then I scaled everything down. And the nice part about Photoshop is it does scale the text because it's rasterized rather than, or sorry, it's vectorized. So instead of changing instead of like rasterizing it and then like compressing it, it actually just changes the font size. But of course that makes it 15.88 instead of like 16 or whatever it was. So now it's weird. It's all my fault. I apologize. I was trying to make this a little more, you know. So now all your fonts are like 17 by 191. Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, they're technically, you know, fine. Like they're not like squished or anything. You can technically just make it 16, but you literally can't. You can hardly tell the difference, you know? It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. You're fine, Maximus. It's fine. Breathe. Do I really call it an ability effect, or just call it an ability? I guess it could be called an ability effect. Please not call it an ability. Okay, good. All right, I was gonna say, I was like, I had considered it just for like consistency, but yeah, that's silly. I'm so silly, you know? This is a silly little guy. Yep, you can tell my brain stopped. Abilities, I guess require a payment for the effect to be active. Abilities, yeah, I guess require. Actually, wait, better. I am literally just gonna copy whatever you say, so my brain's at that point. In effect, you can choose to trigger at any point, usually for a cost. That is better. Copy text. Control D. Nope. 9:08 p.m. Dalamus Maximus. In effect, you can choose to. Please undo. Okay. Why was that the voice I chose? I don't know. Yeah, you like this 8.82 point font? This. I found that show funnier than I should have found it. Good. I'm glad. It's probably because you're like, you know, it's 5 in the morning for you or whatever. All right. I guess I'm gonna do this little thing for the. I think what I'll do is I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna take this, like bring this in. And then I'll have a separate one. Oops. We'll do a circle again. Let's see. I need Lazy Mizumi, because this makes things easier. Ellipse. Is this the right color? Do I have the right color selected? Cool. Hook window. This program's so good. If you do digital drawing, do you have a drawing tablet? And if so, do you like it or hate it? I would love to know. Because this program... I don't have a tablet. Well, never mind. Ignore me. What is happening? Why is this not... Oh, you know what? Hello? Why is it drawing up there? Oh, you know what's happening. If I had a tablet, maybe I'd draw a bit better than a baby. Honestly, tablets are very hard to get used to. At least the ones that you're not like looking at. But wait, do you have Japanese locals installed? I don't. Actually, I don't know. I think it's probably a Japanese program, but I'm not entirely certain. It basically lets you it's like a ruler. It's a ruler program. Which sounds wild. But it's super useful for doing this kind of stuff. Drawing circles. I draw in MS Paint most often. I don't know what you'd expect out of me. That's fair. You did mention that. But you do have Ace Bright, is that correct? Why are you drawing in MS Paint? Or do you just have like the demo of Ace Bright? This is probably excessive, but you know, I have the space here and I may as well use it. Depends on who you ask. Ah, you have the pirated version then. I mean, sorry, Yahar. Pirate me? No, what made you say that? How dare you? I've never pirated anything in my life. Isn't Ace Bright like... Well, never mind. It's fine. I'm not actually judging you. Did I type all the words right? This icon represents the type of... I guess so. Don't go there. Don't go where? The cost of Ace Bright. Do I need anything else here? I think that's the only other... I mean, I could potentially, like, reference the icons in the text, but I feel like that's not really worth it. Don't go just an X thing, Y money. Yeah, no, it's true. Honestly, it's I totally get it. No, I think this is good. Yeah, I realized what I was doing after I said it. You know, not everybody has maps and such as they say, as the meme says. Honestly, I could probably save this as like this. At least some people as trans, some people just never do. Yeah. Honestly, I'm slightly pro pirating in some aspects. I think if you can pay for it, you should. But if you can't, then I think pirating is somewhat okay. It depends on what it is, you know? I think, you know, people deserve to get paid for the things that they make. But when it's, you know, it also depends on, you know, obviously there's accessibility. And not everyone can pay for things. So I think it's fair. I'm trying to decide if I should save it out as a transparent thing and see what that looks like. If I wanted to have like a background on thing, but either way. Here we are. If buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing. Wait, hold on. Let me understand that. If buying isn't owning, someone on a Ubisoft game commented somewhere. That's right. Wait, buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing. It's funny. That's right, but my reasoning isn't that. My reasoning is that Ace Bright costs 1.5 times the biggest bill we have. Fair. Gotcha. Yeah. Fair enough. I think like Pirate Software had like a whole thing that he talked about that, where he was like talking about pricing of games and like I think it's after regional pricing, so it's actually sadder. Yeah, I think like one of his games is getting pirated a lot, and he talked about like different things, and he talked about, I think he lowered the price in a specific region, like so it was cheaper than like the corrected price, and then like the pirating dropped a lot. So it was like really changed. I like Pirate Software. Yeah, he seems cool. I haven't really watched too much of him. I've seen like a lot of his like clips mostly. But he seems cool. Thor. Also, sup, Joshua? What are you doing? How's life? I think we're probably about to be done with the stream, but we're chilling. BJ chilling. Hi, Luna. Were you outside? Meow. But yeah, I think that's pretty much that. I guess we can just put it into the thing because we did the effort of making it. Give me a second here. Give me half tick. Hold on, let me just check something. Give me half a second. I'll make sure this was all okay. We're fine. No, frick. Just keep hitting the wrong buttons. What do I mean? This would go into where did I even put this? It's on rule books. Art? Rulebook art? Yeah. In case for some reason I need the old one, we'll say it was a 2.0. Throw it into the thing and then call it a day. How about that? You get to see me fight Word or Docs one more time. Or only entertainment. See, now the weird thing is this does get smaller. I guess I can push it up past the margins. Maybe. It needs to be that. Like I said, I'm going to be fighting it. There's no doubt about that. Why? Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Stop it. I'm so mad. That and Luna is the only entertaining thing that happened during the rulebook stream. You mean me titling it Super Exciting Stream didn't make it more exciting? I take offense to that. You know, we're just gonna put this here for now. You know, it technically should go down just a smidge. But like, it just... Am I doing something wrong? Is it me, you know? And it does like shit like this. I just want it to be... Maybe it's because there's no space. If I did that, it would work. Like, why isn't it placed correctly? Am I crazy? Like, that's technically in the right spot. It's probably the alignment. I probably need to do something different, like inline break or something. There we go. But now it's like not big enough. Whatever. I don't care anymore. I give up. Just gonna go like that and call it a day. Put it right here. You know, now it's gone. Deserves to be gone. It's actually about where it needs to be, so it's fine. Dogs 2 beat 0. Oh, it's 100% true. I'm getting cooked by a program. Do you understand? Like, am I dumb? Don't answer that. I just don't understand. What if I do this? What if I control and then control V? That kind of works. Except it has like an entire page worth of like whatever. I'm sure if I move it to the side, it like puts it on a completely different page. Probably has to do with margins as well, but... Fixed position on page, so that I change it. It's definitely a setting thing. I know I said I give up and I just keep doing it, but... See, like I move it to the side and it pushes everything up. I cannot comment. I'm just gonna leave it here. Good enough. We're done. It needs to be done. It's like late and I don't want to, I'm done. I quit. I'm scrapping the whole project. It's nice knowing you. There we go. Here we are. Here's me. Okay, so I can't tell you exactly when Friday's stream will be, but it will be earlier. And it will be me and Bradley playing the new version of the game. So I think that will be fun. Not the new version, but the new version, you know what I mean? It will be, did he say what time? No, he didn't, but the new or the new, just the new. So it's not with abilities, but the death effects update. So we'll do that. We'll do that, and then we'll play that, and then hopefully we'll get a good amount of play tests in, and then maybe we can consider. We'll probably play it a few more times, think about it, try to find some bugs, and then maybe play test the card drawing mechanics and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. It was good seeing you, Maximus. Anyone else who may or may not be lurking, thank you for being here. And I will see you all on Friday. And yeah, I'll post. It'll probably be early. Don't know exactly when, but you'll see me. I'll post it on Discord when I go live. All right, bye.